Welcome YouTube, we have an exciting success story for you today. One that doesn't use Amazon Associates hardly at all, which is good news for all of us, who's using just pure gold SEO, doing it the right way. And so we're excited to talk with Rick about his site thinkengraved.com. Welcome, Rick.
Hey, thank you.
Welcome,
thank you for having me.
Ricks, I should say.
It's never confusing when we're together.
So Rick, the site is thinkengraved.com. Give us some basic stats. How much traffic, how much income, how long's the site been around, that kind of
Well,
thing?
the site's been around since about early 2018. And last year we landed 595,000 page views, 250,000 from blogs. And so far this year we're up to 240,000 page views with 152,000 just drawn in from blogs alone.
Wow, that's way ahead for last year. That's great.
Yeah, we're looking at probably double, close to 1 million page views this year.
Woo! That's great.
Revenue, we did about 120,000 in sales last year. This year we're at 60,000, so we're on pace probably for close to 300,000 this year.
Yes, 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 yes. That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's been an awesome experience with Income School. It's done wonders for real.
So tell us about the story of the site. You said you started in early 2018, but that's before you found Income School. So tell us kind of what you had thought originally getting it started and what did you use to get traffic in the beginning?
In the beginning, we were paying SEO companies. I mean, we spent over $20,000 and we just weren't seeing really any traction.
$20,000?
Yeah. And most of that was paying to get article content on other sites and with backlinks to us. And I mean, really putting content and getting other sites traffic, just, it might help authority, but I mean, really it didn't help us at all.
So Rick, can I ask, like, why? Why did you do that? What made you think that was a good idea? This isn't me calling you out. I just want to get your mindset that led you to make that decision.
Well, you know, it was our first retail blog, and we didn't really know how to get traffic. I mean, honestly, we just didn't know. So we just went by other SEO experts' advice, and and we hired an SEO expert, which it never got traction. The only time we got traction is once we joined Income School and we started writing our own content. I mean, I started seeing things saying content is king, content is king. I Googled how to write content, found you guys on YouTube, and I said, I mean, that the sign-up fee for Income School compared to the $20,000, I mean, it's insane. I would pay you guys $20,000 for what you offer compared to them.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. So you started it with Income School and you started writing blog posts. How many blog posts do you have now?
On Think and Grave, we have 100 articles right now.
That's cool.
And
that's really
about
cool.
40.
I mean, 100 articles to be driving that kind of traffic. You're really close to, not quite, but really close to our goal of 1,000 page views per article on average as it's spread across all of the articles. You're really close to that.
I'll tell you what it's done is give us enough authority with Google. If you Google engraved men's promise ring, we're number 4. And I mean, we're beating Zales, we're beating. And it's because the articles give us that kind of authority with Google to beat these big companies that have been around forever and they spend millions of dollars a year on advertising. We don't have to do that.
That's just really dang cool. That's just so cool. So when people are making orders, are you, like, you're doing the engraving and mailing it out?
Right. That's our type of monetization. I mean, we have some ads, but I mean, we make 100% of the profit. We don't have to pay anybody else. It's all in-house. We run our own warehouse with our own employees, and we just found that's the best monetization as far as that site goes for us. And we're not making 3 or 4%. We're making 100% of the profit.
Wow.
So were you doing that as a business before you started online? Was that something you kind of did locally?
No, we actually just started Think Engraved as just a crazy idea to see if we can bring mother's
Put it on the
rings.
internet.
You know, because you go look at mother's rings, and I think it's in my statement and our About Us. They're $300-400 at a lot of places just for sterling silver, and we're like, we can do better than that. I mean, and the same ones that are $200 we offer for like $75, and they're real sterling silver. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I was like, I know if we can get this in front of people, they'll buy.
That's awesome. As I was looking at this site, I found one of those little birthstone rings for my wife. I'm going to buy from you, so I think that's cool. But I love that you're looking outside of the box on monetization, because we can see a lot of people who quickly figure out the traffic game. But you're a great example of somebody who's like, I'm just going to cut out the middleman. I'll make the product myself. And that's really cool. What are the challenges to doing that? Like, do you find that you're not getting that good of a conversion rate because you're recommending your own products on your own site?
Yeah, I would say our conversion rate, I mean, we're not Amazon, but it's good. It's around 3-4% of people that go to our product pages convert, which, I mean, for us is amazing because, again, when you have a higher percentage, you're not making 3% or 1% or whatever Amazon pays you now, you're making 100%. You can convert at half the conversion rate and you're still making way more.
That's solid. You know, really, if you link to Amazon, you're not going to get much more of a conversion and you're making all the profit.
Right. And I think it's really important for these guys watching your YouTube, if they have business sites, because I see a lot of questions in the community that I talk to people and they're like, will this work for me? Yes, it will work for you. You get the people to your site. That's the hardest part of any business online, is getting the traffic.
So you have Think Engraved, and I know you're working on another site and another niche that you're not wanting to reveal as you're kind of building that up, but you got a ton of content there. What else are you looking at to continue to grow your business?
We're trying to come up with new ideas all the time. We're actually starting to work on YouTube. I got some stuff going on that. I'm working with a lady that does wedding stuff, because I figured that it's kind of good to kind of blend the two to get the kind of audience we want for our mother's rings and wedding bands. And
So I know you're primarily driving your traffic through Google, but tell me about Pinterest. Are you doing anything with that?
Yeah, absolutely. When you guys started talking about, you did the big Pinterest thing, and you're saying, well, it works more for women-orientated products, and I was like, we're perfect for that. And so we really started on it, and we get thousands and thousands of views a month from Pinterest. Pinterest has been absolutely wonderful, and we get a lot of conversions from Pinterest as well.
So tell us some tips. What has worked for you?
Go through and just pin each ring, and then we'll do different photos of them, and we'll post different photos of them. It's really nothing fancy at all. It's just rings, really something like that people are interested in. They look for those on Pinterest because they're looking at different designs, looking at what they want, and they see it and they're like, oh, click on it. They're like, I like that. So I mean, it's just, Pinterest has been very easy. I'm not very good at Pinterest. I would never ever classify myself as an expert by any means, and it's just, if you have the right product, Pinterest really works.
So you go back to 2018 version of Rick. What would be some things you'd want to tell yourself that could have helped you to get to this kind of result faster?
Don't spend $20,000 on an SEO service. Join income school. That's what I would tell myself. If I wish I'd known about that from the very beginning. I mean, I really do. It saved me so much time and hassle, and I mean, it's just doing things right. We went from 30,000 backlinks to over 500,000, and we don't even try to build backlinks.
You have 500,000 backlinks to the site?
A lot of that comes from people just save our pin, or not our pins, but our they link to our pictures. They link to even in our articles, a lot of our blog articles, they link to a lot of photos. They link to sections of our blog. I mean, we're just constantly getting backlinks from all over the place.
That is cool. And what are some of the specific things that you learned about how to write for SEO that are giving you results?
How you guys taught me to write for the snippet, that was a big deal. That was something I really targeted first. I'm like, well, if I can even if I'm only in 4th place, if I can get that snippet, I'm at the top. And with the way they've reorganized now, that's the snippet. If you get the snippet, you're not even on the front page. So you're basically in position 1. I mean, as far as I see, and then they push everything down now. And it's really cool. I'm kind of a nerd, so I like to go and read my search terms and listen to Google read them off to me. It's one of those dorky things, but it's pretty cool.
Okay, YouTube, I have good news for you on this front that Rick is talking about. So snippet optimization, we've said many times, it's like one of the very most important things that we teach about how to get actual results for SEO. Like, this is what is working for us to beat out the competition that's much bigger. So Ricky and I are actually working on, have recorded, by the time you see this, a course on snippet optimization. and we're going to have a YouTube video where we're going to show you some of the general principles coming out on this YouTube channel, and then Project 24 members will get the full course, so be sure to check that one out when it comes. Well, Rick, I'm really excited for all the success you're seeing. Are there things that we missed asking in this interview that you want to make sure we bring out, or you think would be helpful for people?
Oh God, I'm sucky at this. No, I mean, we covered a lot. Just join Project 24. You won't regret it. That's all I can say. I mean, I don't really know what else to give advice for. That's the ultimate advice here.
How did you get through the grind of writing all these blog posts when it's hard and you're in the ghost town phase?
Well, honestly, I have an advantage over most people in that I'm extremely stubborn. And
so did you write, like, would you batch and would you write like 4 blog posts in a Saturday? Were you waking up every morning and writing? Was it an hour here and there? How did you organize your time?
I'm actually very fortunate. I told my brother, who's my partner, I'm like, I'm just going to focus on this, and he gave me the freedom and took over everything else. So I just went hardcore on this. I mean, when I dive into things, I just go hardcore, and I believe it's going to work no matter how I'm going to make it work one way or another. So that's just my personality.
Well, good for you. All right. Well, thanks, Rick. I really appreciate you taking the time to do the interview. It makes a huge difference for us and for a lot of people who just need a little bit of confidence to get started.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I did forget one thing. I don't know if I should add it in here.
Please
but
do.
The community in Income School is absolutely the biggest value. I mean, I love y'all's courses. Please don't take that wrong. The community is absolutely awesome. I'm in there all the time helping. You guys are all in there. I mean, they're like, who's Rick? I don't care if he's hoping, but everybody participates. Everybody tries to help. And you almost never see anyone saying anything negative. I mean, we're all there to help, and that's a huge, huge value.
Yeah, I love the community. We have a really great group of people in there. All right, cool. Well, next you'll be seeing a ring order come through for me.
Awesome.